What's up, guys? This is Peter Scarlett from Team Volon Gaming, and this is part 2 of I guess we'll just call it BioWare Are You Watching? If you haven't watched the first video, go check it out. We're comparing the differences between what we saw early at E3 versus what we have now, and seeing if that's what we got from E3 in both examples, would we be happier? Obviously there are big changes, there are differences between this build and that build, and you know, of course, what was seen, we all know about the infamous trailer and how that was put together. But this video is the gameplay demo that was shown at E3 with Ben Irving doing the voiceover. And my question to him is, if he is watching, I have sent him a message on Twitter. He has not replied, neither has Jesse. The question was, if they made the game more like, visually at least, more like how the E3 trailer was, would that take some of the pressure off of BioWare as a whole or the developers? Like, would we as players feel slightly better if the game looked more like it did during E3 and less like it does now? So this is part 2 of this video, and let's get it underway.
Hello everyone and welcome to Anthem. I'm Ben Irving, one of the lead producers for the game, and on behalf of everyone here at BioWare, we are excited to share this live gameplay experience with all of you. Joining me today are 4 amazing developers, controllers in hand, ready to take you on an adventure through the mysterious world of Anthem.
Now a second caravan's been hit.
Another one?
All right. Looking at this is an early mission. All right. Aside from the visuals, where is this mission? As you see, we have Hollick, Faye, and Owen all in a Strider. When Anthem starts off, it starts you off at the Heart of Rage incident. But this mission is before the Heart of Rage incident, when everyone is together. So where is this mission? Is this a prelude? Or is this just for show? Was this just a gimmick? Is this real? Is the real question. Like, is this a real mission, and why wasn't it put into the game? Obviously, voice acting was done. You know, obviously the cutscenes and cinematics were done. So where is this in the release of Anthem? Which is why I'm asking, is this real? Because Ben Irving is talking, you know, developers, controllers in hand, like he says, but where is this?
You have the strangest sense of fun.
You guys starting without me?
Freelancer, time to get to work!
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. Melted a couple of supply caravans.
Scar's taking down whole caravans. Damn.
I know. Should make this a challenge, huh?
I like a challenge.
Who gets cypher duty?
The chair's all yours.
Yes!
So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down. Piece of cake, right?
Even though, let's say this cutscene, this whole mission is prelude, right? Let's say this is before the Heart of Rage incident. You would have already had access to...
Our expedition starts in the player's Strider. This is your forward base of operations. Here you can equip your javelin with a wide array of gear, weapons, and abilities, as well as customize your appearance to show off your own personal style and flair.
And where is this in game now? Now, like, where is this right now? When we're out there doing free mission runs, why can't we go inside a Strider and do this? What happened to this part of development from E3 to the current date?
In front of us, we have the Colossus. Jen will be our squad leader today, so Jen, let's jump in and get started. At the start of any expedition, we need to decide who we want to play with. Jen will...
All right, if you don't remember this trailer, This is the trailer where everyone was complaining about, well, not trailer, but gameplay demo video where everyone was complaining about, oh, the numbers are too big, the damage numbers, they're so big, they need to scale them down, blah, blah, blah. Like, that was a huge issue. Looking at this now, those numbers look perfectly fine to me, but where is this UI? Where is this interface?
Friends, but when you play the game, you will choose from your friends, guildmates, other like-minded individuals, or even go out and explore the world on your own.
This map wasn't even in the beta. This map looks way different. I mean, look at this. Look at where you are. Like, you can see the Academy Ruins, Eastgate. You can see where everything is, but what is this skull? You know, like, what is this point here? Like, is this where we are? Is this point where we are right now? Look at this. Look at this. Like, I mean, look at what the map is and what it shows. Fort Tarsis is way down here. It seems like, to me at least, as they continued development with the game, they scaled the entire map down. And it seems like they scaled everything down. Now, you could probably, if you're better than me, of course, you know, at editing videos, you could probably take the map that we have now and lay it over this map from what, alpha footage, or I guess whatever this is, and see if it lines up. But this seems like a way bigger map than what we actually have now.
Now that our squad is formed, we need to pick our objective. This is the map screen, and as you can see, there are a lot of different activities to choose from. For today, we'll be playing the mission, Scars, and Villainy.
Even the sound effects are different.
Anthem is a social, co-op, action RPG from BioWare, where you...
Okay, I gotta cut them off there. That's what I expected the game to be. I know everybody's like, oh, it's a looter shooter, blah, 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 but I never expected this game, personally, to be a looter shooter. Based off of the gameplay from the original trailer, the original gameplay trailer, and from this gameplay demo video, I never expected it to be a looter shooter. I was expecting Anthem to be something like Dragon Age Inquisition, honestly, but just open map, like where you can actually just go open map, you can just free roam, you can do missions, you know, like Destiny. There will be points where you'll get called in for help for random missions that respawn after a certain amount of time, events that happen in certain areas that respawn on a timer. That's what I expected, a mixture of Dragon Age Inquisition and Destiny 1. I never thought that this would be a looter shooter. I just thought it would be like an action RPG where you just get loot the more you stay in and play. But teach their own.
You will join a group called the Freelancers. The Freelancers are the brave few who go out into the wild and face danger head on. They can do this because they are equipped with powerful Javelin exosuits. These javelins are handcrafted and passed down from generation to generation, allowing those who have them to go out into the wild and feel super heroic.
Where is this? Like in the last video from the early gameplay trailer where you walk out the front door of Fort Tarsis, where is this animation? Where is this cutscene where you come up from the Strider? Even if the Strider looks as jank as it does now and flat and horribly scaled down, where is that cutscene? What happened to it? What happened to this? Like, what happened to this part of the game? And if it was removed from the game, why was it removed from the game?
Today we will play from Jen's perspective in her Colossus, a heavily armored battle exo that trades agility for massive firepower. As you can see, her two friends have joined us. Renata...
Again, because we're talking about, you know, visuals and stuff. So this UI over here on the right side, where is that? What happened to this? What happened to this design? I actually prefer this design because it shows me both weapons, shows me, you know, it's more streamlined as far as what I'm seeing. Is not kind of bulky, but I actually like this UI better, even though it's closer to what we're using now, but
is playing in the Ranger,
Like,
a faster moving javelin with a focus on precision.
I don't know.
Scylla is
You can
also
see
playing a
Fort
Colossus,
Tarsus right
but
in the
with a
back.
completely different loadout, one that focuses
That
on
Strider,
close quarter combat. And
actually, yeah, bring that back. That Strider isn't even there. All right, so this would be what the area right outside of Fort Tarsus, where when you're right outside of the door, you look to the left because that's where this hole is. So you'd look to the left, you'd fly through the hole, and this isn't even the same area.
also playing a Colossus, but with a completely different loadout, one that focuses on close quarter combat.
Actually, yeah. All right, that's 312. Okay, so if we look at the map, all right, where was the map?
The map screen.
Okay, so that's where the mission is.
And as you can see there, now that our squad is out and explore the world on your
Okay,
own.
yeah, that's
Now that
where
our squad is
the map
formed, we need to
is.
pick our-
So where?
you play the game, you will choose from your friends,
Trying to see where
guildmates,
Fort Tarsus is
other
on the map.
like-minded individuals, or even go out and explore the world
Okay, so Fort Tarsus is right here. Okay,
on your own.
right there.
Now that our squad is formed, we need to pick our objective.
That's not
This is
even the
map
same
screen,
area.
And as you can see, there are a lot of different activities to choose from.
Not
For
even the
today,
same
we'll be playing
area.
the
Okay, so
missions,
back to 3-2.
appearance with that sweet red speed stripe.
And the way Ben
Houses
Irving
and unfinished
described the
bosses, but with a
customization,
completely different.
even in the first video, when you go back to the last video, they made it seem like the way you get the parts to your javelins are like mission rewards, right? Like, hey, I was doing this mission and I got this motor for, you know, my Colossus. Check out my new weapon. You know, it was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, kind of like Destiny.
Loadout, one that focuses on close quarter combat, and we'll see his flamethrower a bit later on. He also has a totally different appearance with that sweet red speed stripe.
And he also has,
Ours is an unthrower a bit later on combat, and we'll see his flame.
he also has a different style. Like, this is a different chess piece.
Her two friends have joined us. Renata is playing in the Ranger, a faster moving javelin.
That
with a
Ranger is
focus
basic.
on precision.
But look at the difference between the two Colossus.
Scylla is also playing a Colossus, but with a completely different loadout, one that focuses on close quarter combat, and we'll see his flamethrower a bit later on. He also has a totally different appearance with that sweet red speed stripe.
All right, we've already
Ours is an
covered this.
unfinished world, a world
Map,
abandoned
not
by
even
its
the same.
gods, the Shapers. It's also a reactive world. Here you can see our jets are overheating, but we can fly through this waterfall to cool them off.
Okay, this is similar to how it is now.
Picking up loads of scars nearby.
This area is
Look
kind of
around
the same.
area, but be careful.
Owen is our cipher and guide for the mission, and will provide valuable intel.
All right, this is the part where I was talking about where, if you remember this video, everybody was like, the damage numbers are too big. Like, that can't be changed in the options. But if you look at the hunter's health bar is split in half. So there's that little divide in the middle, whereas the scrapper doesn't have that divide. So the hunter has 2 health bars. But like, just looking at the UI, I prefer this UI over the one we have now. The map still sucks.
The Scars are relentless invaders who crave the
Even
ancient
that,
power of the
like, how it just showed. Let's see.
The Scars are relentless
That, like, what happened to that? Where'd that go?
invaders who crave the ancient power of the Shaper technology, and they're in a constant conflict with the freelancers.
Okay. Legendary dropped. If you caught
And they're in a
that.
constant conflict with the freelancers.
All right, came in, did the ground pound. We have 2 ammo drops, a legendary drop, and an epic drop. If you notice, the drops are a lot brighter than what we have now.
Freelancers.
Like, look at the effects. It's glowing. It's not like it was in the first video, but it's a lot brighter than what we have now. Like, you can't miss that. With the way ours is now, and sorry if I'm loud, but the way the game is now, it's not that bright. It doesn't have that gleam or even like a lens flare effect. Like, it's like the drops aren't even that bright. Like, look at the epic drop up here when he gets closer to it, or she, sorry. And look at, well, they don't even show it after this, but like, look at how much different it is compared to what it is now. It's got like an aura. Like, even the ammo has like an aura.
Up ahead, we have a Scar watchtower. Our squad should probably tread lightly here so they don't call for reinforcements.
Where is this watchtower? Like, this is a watchtower before you enter the Scars area. And of course, as you know, there's a dungeon over there. But where is this? And if you notice what's coming up, why did they take this out of the game? This is something that should have just stayed in the game, right?
Oh, we could just blow it up.
Like, what happened to those effects? It's blown up.
Look at all the weapons. Oh, and the turrets.
Yeah.
Better move quickly.
You can't even fly this high. Literally, you can't even fly this high in the game right now. You can't even get to the top of that tower. It cuts you off like somewhere around here. But like, come on.
There is acid here, but not much. We've got to be making it farther in.
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
To me, the UI just looks way better like this.
Missions can be joined in progress through freelancer reinforcements. Our 4th squad member, Catherine, is about to join us. Catherine joined us in the Storm, a glass cannon with powerful elemental attacks and light armor. Catherine was taking a nap at launch, and while all her friends level 30, she's only level 1. But that's okay, because in Anthem, friends of any level can play together to earn experience and great rewards.
Trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
Like, you see this,
Hang on,
like
something isn't right.
all this dialogue. Where is this mission? And on top of that, where is this mission? Where is this Titan? Like, literally, where is that Titan? Where is this area? Is this area even the same? I can't even remember now, but like, of course, when it comes to demos, there are always, you know, there are always like, what is it, like scripted scenes, you know, in games, you know, when they want to show off something. But this is the gameplay demo. This isn't even close to what we have now. Like, yeah, the scale down from the first video of gameplay, like the original, like the hype trailer that everyone was hyped on. If you look at the scaling from that first video to this video, like the flora and fauna have been scaled down. The detail of the world has been scaled down in size. And it's not even a matter of like zooming in on the camera. It's literally been scaled down to the point where you can tell that certain things aren't the same height.
Okay, so that Titan was way too powerful for our squad, at least for today, so it was wise to avoid him. But emergent world events just like the Titan can happen throughout the world of Anthem. And it's a really important point because what it means is
World events. Keywords. Word events throughout the map. What happened to those? Like I said, they were trying to make it a lot like Destiny 1. But with a more BioWare feel to it, which is why I never thought it was going to be a looter shooter to begin with.
Every time you go out and explore the world, you'll have a totally different experience that yields different rewards. By now, you've probably noticed that traversal plays a really important role in Anthem. As you run, fly, and swim,
There's that same
through
load
above and
screen.
below the world, you can discover some pretty amazing things.
Where is this?
Like right now, our squad just discovered the secret underwater entrance to the Scar Stronghold. Strongholds are a 4-player mode that give greater rewards by taking on greater challenges. Once you discover a stronghold, you'll have access to it from your map at the start of any expedition.
If this is a stronghold, where is this mission?
Looks like the Scars have laid mines in this tunnel. Jen, show us how a Colossus deals with mines.
That shield took hardly any damage at all. Okay,
Combos are a really important part of group play.
this
Using
stronghold
certain abilities together allows you to
isn't
combo
even
for
the
extra.
same. Okay, so I now know where this stronghold is.
Looks like the Scars have laid mines in this tunnel. Jen,
What
show us how a
happened to
Colossus
this
deals with
stronghold?
mines.
Those mines aren't even the same anymore. All right, so you go through there because now this looks familiar. And then instead of going that direction, you make a left where we play this game now. In this stronghold, you
Combos
would
are a
make a
really important part
left
of
and have to get all the pieces, but we already know that
Using certain
mission.
abilities together allows you to combo for extra effects like bonus damage.
So it seems
I
like
feel a
they
little bad
added
for making fun
on.
of Catherine earlier, so let's see if we can have her set up a combo up ahead.
Yeah, it seems like they added on to the mission.
Nice combo.
To me, the damage numbers are fine. I don't see a problem with the damage numbers. They're not too big. It's just the criticals are huge because it wants you to know you're doing crits.
So right there, Catherine called down a lightning storm, and Jen used her railgun to combo for massive bonus damage.
If these visuals were an option, I would want these visuals.
There's a Shaper relic. Wait, something's up.
But where is this mission? Where is this mission? This is pre Heart of Rage. If you notice, the area is still somewhat the same, but where we have it now, where we're playing the game now, post-launch, looks like post-launch. Like we missed all the prelude content because they were testing it out. That's kind of how it looks. I'm not saying like that, like, you know, oh, they cut out the content because they wanted to play it. But like, where is, you know, the beginning, like where our character joined the Lancers, where our character met Owen, or at least, you know, started partnering up with Owen, or they got close to where they became like friends, you know? When did he become, you know, a part of the team? You know, like where was all this story development? And yeah, there's a lot of the story missing. Even if you were to start it at the Heart of Rage, you know, like, you know, starting at the big travesty and then redeeming yourself and putting the team back together, you know, like a movie. You know, the team falls apart. You know, it's up to you or whoever's the main character to bring everybody back together and, you know, defeat the big bad they couldn't before, or, you know, realize that they're way better together now that they're older, blah, blah, blah. But where was the pre-story to all this stuff? If you look at Halleck now, like how he was at the beginning of the video, he's way more buddy, you know? And then when you get to him in game, he's like, why are you here? Get away from me. Don't even talk to me. You know?
Get a closer look, would you?
Night has fallen in the world of Anthem, and the creatures that inhabit the darkness are out on the prowl. But honestly, that's a story for another day, because right now we have that giant thing to deal with.
So there are day-night cycles in this version of the game where, like, let's say Xenoblade Chronicles X, when it's shifted to nighttime, the prey animals would run and hide, and then the hunters would come out. at night. You know, you get the bigger threats, the stronger enemies. What happened to this? Like, I know this is turning into like a what happened video more versus like, you know, would you rather play this than what it is now? But honestly, it's still kind of the same. Like, would you rather play this version of Anthem, the way, like this version of Anthem here, or what we got at launch?
I don't know what they've done to that relic, but it's getting worse by the minute. See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast.
This will be the first real challenge for our squad. We have snipers to the right, the Shaper interface below us, troops in the middle, and then all the way to the left we have those turrets. Our squad can approach this in a lot of different ways, but Jen, you're the expert, so over to you.
And who are these devs that
Looks
are
like
playing?
Jen is sending our squad to hit the snipers first.
That's my other question. Are these devs still working there at BioWare?
In the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see our objective is to find all 6 echoes and take them to the Shaper interface. So up ahead, Zilla has one on his...
Man, look at the echoes and how different they look. Visually, how different they look. Like, they're not even like the bright glowing, you know, orbs of blindness that will hit you, maybe because it's nighttime, but they look so different.
The Colossus, and here you can see Jen has 2. So Scylla just put 1 in. When we get these, and that'll be 3 out of 6, and we're halfway done. The only problem now is we have to go through those troops in the middle to find the rest. Jen used her railgun to knock that elite out of the sky.
That Hunter Elite did not have a shield. The Hunter Elites in the game post-launch have shields. That Hunter has multiple health bars.
To find the rest.
Yep, multiple health bars.
Jen used her railgun to knock that elite out of the sky.
Lots of scars headed your way. Watch out.
And what is this about? Like, is that something you can just do? Just unequip your weapon and just walk around during combat?
We can see the Rangers hovering in the top left, getting ready to do something. Looks like it might be, yep, Frost Grenade out. Jen's gonna use her multi-mortar for a big shatter combo. All right, good job, Jen.
That Colossus has multiple health bars.
Okay, we cleared out the middle. The last thing left of these 2 turrets. We could take them head on or flank. Looks like Jen's gonna try to brute force this first one. Okay, didn't quite get there. Gonna have to flank behind and hit those weak points.
Jen over here is taking very little damage from that turret.
Okay, our squad's now cleared out all the enemies in this area. The last thing left to do is get those 3 echoes and drop them off to silence the relic.
It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
With some pretty awesome teamwork, our squad was able to silence this relic. Relics are littered throughout the world, left there by the Shapers, abandoned and volatile. But for right now, the mystery of the Scar weapon is taking us deeper and deeper into this stronghold.
Of course. All right, I want to point out, we know how this mission goes. Like, this is one of the first ones we get. And I'm doing this, seeing this again for the first time after like a year. But this is almost a completely different mission. This is like shorter than what we have now, but in a lot of ways very different, even in the same environment.
The Scars were using those eggs for something, making acid probably.
So the job's not done until we get rid of all the eggs.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay.
The environment seems to be changing. I have a bad feeling there are more than just scars in this stronghold.
They were called soldiers. Soldiers, workers. They're like ants. Acid on the ground, which is no longer there.
Strongholds are a long
In the
form
interest
adventure.
of time.
So in the interest of time, we're gonna skip ahead in the action.
That seems like he just got teleported. That didn't seem like he skipped a whole bunch of content. That was more like walk through this and auto teleport to the next section.
Alright, Jen, let's show off some different weapons up ahead. Let's have Scylla in front with his flamethrower and have you support him with your grenade launcher.
There are the scorpions. Even the explosions don't feel the same. Jin's using a grenade launcher now. Look at that flare. Huh. That's so not the flare we have. Our flare doesn't look like that. Our flare looks like a glow stick.
As you play Anthem, you will collect a whole lot of loot. And loot plays a really
And it's
important role
still
in Anthem. Not just because
still illuminating underwater.
it makes you more powerful, but also because it allows you to create different loadouts to tackle a wide variety of different situations.
Different loadouts, huh?
What is that?
You're supposed to tell me.
Right. Just be careful.
I wonder what that is.
Our freelancers just discovered an ancient Arcanist resonance. Interesting lore, items, and materials are scattered throughout the world of Anthem for you to discover and collect.
Lore, items, and materials scattered around the world.
By now you've probably noticed that our squad has some pretty awesome abilities. In particular, the Colossus has a legendary multi-mortar, and the Ranger has a legendary frost grenade. Loot comes in many different rarities, and legendary items are very hard to come by. If you get your hands on one, they have special bonuses that make you more powerful. And I have a feeling our squad's gonna need all the power they can get for what lies ahead.
That's big. Very. Good luck.
Alright, so our squad has a lot of different things to deal with here. We have the smaller soldiers that, if left unchecked, will totally overrun our squad. And then we have the Swarm Tyrant herself. Now, the Swarm Tyrant has 3 big sacks on her back, and they're her weak points. Our squad has to focus on the weak points to cause massive bonus damage. Now, Now, if Jen gets too close here, she'll take a lot of damage from the Swarm Tyrant's frontal attack, but if she tries to stay too far back, she'll get caught in her webs. Legendary multi-mortar right on that weak point is perfect. Looks like Scylla managed to light her on fire with his flamethrower, now she's taking a lot of extra damage. Squad managed to destroy one of the sacks, leaving the Swarm Tyrant vulnerable. By using teamwork and focusing on her weak points, our squad has caused the Swarm Tyrant to retreat. Looks like she's called for help. Our squad has to take control of this choke point to make sure they're not overrun. What we really need is Scylla to get his flame wall out. There we go. Nice job, Scylla. Maybe a lightning strike here from the storm would be helpful. Awesome. And Jen, if you can do a combo here, it would be great. Maybe that multi-mortar.
One thing I just noticed is that lightning strike from the storm actually leaves residual chain lightning and can even proc like status afterward if anything's still living. We don't have that now. It seems like their system for elemental damage was a lot better in these early stages than it is now, and I'm not saying that to be messed up, but if I cause, if I do my lightning with my storm, and let's say my friend sees that one of them left over, one of them is primed, for detonation, that could keep the combos going instead of just, prime them all, detonate, and then, if the enemy is still covered under a status effect, they can no longer be comboed. I don't know. It's kind of up to you and your opinion, but to me, that seems like that would be way more fun than what we have now. Not saying that the gameplay we have now isn't fun, because the game is fun overall to play. But just the way that system seems set up seems like it's way more flexible.
All right, looks like our squad now has everything well in hand. But the Swarm Tyrant is back. Jen's got to get out of here. She's going to take a lot of damage.
I don't see the damage.
Nice. Scylla set the Swarm Tyrant on fire again. Every Javelin has a powerful ultimate ability that can turn the tide of battle in your favor. This battle isn't over yet. Thank you all for watching our live gameplay experience today. Anthem will be available on February.
All right, that's the thing that gets me. So was this real? Like, was this actual gameplay that we were meant to play, or was this just some like what's the word I'm looking for, like hoax, like was this like some choreographed video that was set up that makes it look like gameplay but actually isn't? Or was this real gameplay? And what happened to this? What happened to this version? Not saying it's better overall than the one that we have. It's better in some minor points, like what I was talking about, the lightning blast from the storm actually leaving, residual lightning.
Maybe a lightning strike here from the storm would be helpful.
Bam, and then you see the chain lightning hitting the other enemies. So not only did it proc status, but it left them open for more. So it was like, okay, they were frozen, fire a wall, another frozen one over here, and then bam, lightning, and that lightning hit did residual chain lightning to all the enemies. One still has the status effect on him, so can that enemy be comboed, or is it just being shocked? It's like there are certain things to this that give me questions, because it seems like to me this was a better version than what we have now. And on top of that, where is this mission? If this was when we were supposed to do the stronghold before the Heart of Rage, why are we doing it after the Heart of Rage? Like, what happened to all that at the beginning? Let's say where you're in the javelin, or not in the javelin, where you're in the Strider. Like, where is this? Where is this mission? Where is this dialogue? It was recorded. All this was done, finished. So are there a ton of missions that we don't have because they weren't added into the game? Or, was this a decision of things had to be cut and let's just throw in the missions somewhere else? Like, what happened to this small hub, with you and the Strider? What happened to this? What happened to this stuff? Like, some of this stuff I would prefer to have now. Of course you can make that argument where it should be in the game now, it should have been in the game from the start. But like, my question honestly is, like, where is this? If I could ask Ben Irving, I would literally ask, like, what happened to this content that was removed from the game? What happened to the work that went into making the cutscene to come out of the Strider? What happened to that opening scene where the Strider is walking and then stops? What happened to the dialogue between the team itself? Like, what happened to all this stuff, and why was it cut out of the game when this is like the stuff that we want? Like, even now, none of that's in the game. When you just start up, everybody just lands from the sky on the Strider, and then you start the mission. So it's like, like, that stuff bothers me. Like, even in the first video, where they show the other javelins on the launch pad, or the maintenance area, when we get in game, other javelins aren't there. Even if they were our javelins being maintenance, that would be better than just having nothing at all. Like, it shows it in the opening cut, in the title screen where it shows the 3 javelins there, but when we log into the game, there's no one there. So it's just like, would this be a better game if it was like this? Will we be more tolerant of not having certain things? Would this matter to you as a player, as like a person who was excited about Anthem, who wanted to jump into Anthem, who saw all this content, who ate up this content and breathed it in, up until launch, watching these videos over and over and over? Would this make a difference to you? For me personally, I can say it would make a difference. Like, yes, the gameplay is still just as good, but it seems like there were already stories and missions that were done that weren't added to the game, to where when I first started the game, I didn't know what the heck was going on. It starts off with the Heart of Rage, and I was so confused. And then when you get to this mission, this stronghold isn't even the same. You don't even start off in the same area. You don't even go through the same dialogue. You don't go through your starting point isn't even the same from where the mission puts you. That watchtower isn't even there when you blow up that station, because that area is still there, but those pieces aren't there. Like, what happened to that? What happened to the debris? What happened to this tower? What is up there? It looks like you're supposed to be able to go up there, but in game you can't. So, like, there were so many things that were removed just from every area. It's like, was this real? Was this actually a part of the game? Or was this just scripted to, get us excited? You know, I know a lot of people have forgotten about this because they always think about the first trailer, like the last video. They always think about that trailer, like, oh my god, the hype, it was so, oh my god, that game. Like, even watching that trailer, I'm still like, man, whenever this game comes out, it's going to be awesome. But like, what happened to this version of the game? Even this version of the game to me is more acceptable than what we have now. Not, you know, not disrespecting the hard work that's gone into even trying after finding out the full story of what went on in development and all the people who left and blah 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 blah, but just, where is this, and when are we going to get it? When are we going to get the rest of the story? When are we going to get things placed in that makes it better? Like, you never see this Titan during this mission. During the stronghold, where is that Titan? And from the way Ben Irving describes it, even though you were in a mission, that Titan is a random thing. Like, that's something that just randomly happens. Like, a Titan will show up as a random event on the map, and, you know, if you're in a mission, you can either deal with it or not, you know. But I don't know. Like I said earlier, I expected this game to be more like a mixture of Dragon Age Inquisition, where it was story driven based, moving throughout areas, getting loot as you know, tackle on certain, you know, enemies or complete missions, getting rewards for parts as mission rewards, and not like, you know, it just, you know, you just finding it, you know, like, oh, you beat this boss, oh, you unlocked, you know, this weapon, you know, that's a variant of what you have. You know, you have a missile launcher on you, well, this one is a multiple missile launcher, you know, like, or there's a rapid fire one, or there's a burst fire one, or there's one that shoots out explosive rounds, there's one that shoots out acid rounds, you know, like variety and of different levels and stuff, you know. Like, I don't know, my interpretation of the game was way different, and this video has gone on way too long already. But yeah, like, my opinion is I would prefer to play this version of Anthem, to be honest. Like, the gameplay is still somewhat the same, the load screens are definitely faster, but man, like, what happened to this game? Like, was this a hoax or was this real? Of course, there are always changes that happen during development, but like I was saying with the storm, what happened to the storm's ability to have that after effect with the lightning? When you use that lightning blast in the game now, it's just a one-shot lightning bolt, just bam. This lightning bolt hits the ground, does a chain lightning effect to hit other enemies if they're still alive, and then someone will get procced for, you know, for a status effect. So it's like, what happened? And I could go on forever, you know, but I don't know. Would you rather play this version of Anthem versus what we have now, or does it not matter? Like, what matters to you about Anthem? Getting the super high resolution, high textured version of the first video where everything was higher up scaled, and, you know, the lush was bigger, the plants were bigger, the mountains and valleys were bigger, and the camera was a little bit more zoomed in. Like, ignoring the Shaper Storm and the Cataclysm, just ignore, like I said in the first video, just ignore the Cataclysm, ignore the Shaper Storm. What matters to you about Anthem? Is it the visuals and the gameplay, or was it just the Shaper Storm? Because if it was just the Shaper Storm, then that's kind of one-sided. Whereas I'm looking at this game as a whole. Like, I never thought it would be a looter shooter. I was expecting it to be more of a action RPG, but at the same time, looking at the first video versus the actual, like, looking at the first gameplay trailer and then looking at the gameplay demo, the sizes are different between the plants. Big difference. The UI is different, completely different. You know, the UI is on the right side versus in the first video, the UI was in the middle. For, you know, like, your weapons, your loadout, etc., etc. Yeah, there was no map, and like I said, that's to be granted. You know, certain things will change during development, and the map still sucks up there, that compass map indicator thing. But overall, I prefer the UI from the first video. But as far as the mission goes, I would rather play this game, this Anthem game, versus the one we have now, because there's more of a story. There's more of a backstory. It seems like there's something that leads up to you failing at the Heart of Rage with your team, with the Lancers, and then what would happen after that would be in game, or as EA called it, Elder Game. Like, that would be the end result. You get there, you get to the Heart of Rage, you fail miserably. Not too many games do that. And from your failure there starts in game, getting the group back together to take on the Dominion. You know, like everything that we know about the game now, that seems like the end game, or at least the end game story, or part 2 of the story. Whereas part 1 is this trailer, you know, getting everybody together, everything's buddy buddy, everybody's fine, oh, we're a team, oh, happy days, blah blah blah. And then you taste your first real defeat, and you know, the game gets real. So I don't know, I'm done talking. I will see you guys later. Let me know your thoughts down below if you really want to, or if not, ask Ben Irving. You know, ask Ben Irving on Twitter. You know, blow up their Reddit. Find out like what happened to this mission, man. What happened to this stuff? Anyway, I'm out. See y'all later. Peace.